Hey guys, it's Kelly. I am here today to talk about a walking foot. What is it? What does it do? Why it's good to have one? And I'm even going to show you how to install it onto your sewing machine because there's a certain way that you have to put it on in order for it to work. It's not like just a regular 1/4 inch foot that you just screw into the side. You got to do one little extra special step, which I'm going to show you on both of my machines. But here's what one looks like. It's not letting me focus it up close, so I'll show you an up close of it here in just a few minutes. But as you see, it's got an extra little bar up here. It's got this sort of feed dog like thing, so whenever your fabric's going through, it helps feed the fabric at the same rate as the top and the bottom going in at the same rate. This is what my other walking foot looks like. It's a little bit longer and bigger, and it's metal, rather that's plastic with just the foot part is the metal. But this one's got its even feet right here. Okay, so the actual definition, and I had to write this stuff down because I can't remember it. But the actual definition of a walking foot is a mechanism for feeding the workpiece through a sewing machine as it is being stitched. It doesn't really say too much about what it is, but it does act to feed both pieces of fabric or material through the machine at the same rate of speed, whereas normally just if you're just sewing like a regular foot, and you don't have like the special even feed type machine, it's gonna just feed your fabric. The bottom goes a little bit faster because it's got the feed dogs, but this one has, the walking foot actually has kind of like its own set of feed dogs to help it go at the same rate. And now I can't, okay, and that's what this little doohickey right here that I was pointing out does. Yeah, I'm really gonna have to show you a close-up. But it is great for sewing all like specialty fabrics such as, I don't know, I wrote some down though. Oh, fleece, minky, leather, silk, laminated cotton, knits, anything that's got that extra stretch or is just really hard to feed through normally. Really thick layers like a quilt sandwich. It's perfect for quilting. Let's see. Another definition that it came up with when I was researching it said that it was helpful when sewing with fabrics that are prone to slipping, shifting, or puckering. And you know the worst thing in the world when you're quilting is to get a pucker in a quilt. So it really does help. It's a really easy thing to use and to install. You just got to do one little extra step to installing it onto your machine to know that it is properly installed. It's also good for binding. When you're binding a quilt, sewing the binding on, and if you machine bind, you know, sewing the other side on as well, because it helps when dealing with really thick layers of fabric to make sure that it all goes through at the even speed, or it's the same speed as the lower feed dogs. So the binding just helps. It just helps hold the binding on and the binding to go on straight and even. But I am going to demonstrate how to install it. So give me just a minute to set up and I will be right back. Here's the up close for my walking foot for my Juki TL 2010Q. It looks like this. Here's the special arm. And as you see, as the arm goes up, these feed dogs, which are right here, they go down. Or when it goes down, they go up. Either way, they work in sync with each other. And you can see, if I tilt it like that, you can see the little edges here that grip the fabric and help move it through with the feed dogs on your machine. So again, this is the up close view. Here's from the other side of what a walking foot looks like up close. And again, this is from my Juki TL2010Q. Let me move angles and we will get the foot attached. Okay, I've got it zoomed in as best as I possibly can so you can see what I'm doing on how to attach this foot. Over on this side is where you put your screw in for any normal foot. You can actually see the screw hole right there. You're going to have your needle on, and then this is my thread thingy, threader, but I don't use it. But if you can see right here, right there, is another screw. And this is what we're going to line up our walking foot arm, I guess you would call it. This is where we're going to set it up. So you would put it on to where this is lined up with the screw hole. But as you're doing so, you need to make sure to get your walking foot on, or your arm, this arm of the walking foot on that screw. And then pop it into place. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Yeah, pop it into place and you'll see this arm kind of fits on this groove. I don't know if I can put this down now. You can see how that arm kind of fits on that groove. That is where it's supposed to go. And then you put your screw in the hole and you're just going to screw it in like you would any other foot. You'll need your screwdriver for this to make sure it's on good. Sorry about my arm in the way there. But you just screw it on, make sure it's on there good and tight. And voila, that is how you install a walking foot on a Juki TL2010Q. I can even show you kind of how it stitches. Let's see here if I can reach my pedal around you guys. Alright. So I'm not really going to care about what this stitch looks like. You put your presser foot down, and I did have to set my pressure for my foot. I had to set the pressure for the foot a little bit lighter because you don't want it to be too tight. So if you can hear it, I don't know if you can or not, but it is really loud foot to sew with compared to the other ones, or any other ones really. But just because you've got that double action going on and it's bouncing up and down with your needle. Alright, so that is exactly how you do that, and I will be back in just a few minutes to show you how to install it on my brother. Here is my walking foot for my machine. It is the Brother limited quilting machine. I'm not sure the exact numbers or anything on it, but it was just the machine that you could get from Walmart. Yeah, but this kind of foot goes with a lot of just generic machines. So it's a little bit wider, so you really have to watch your 1/4 inch on here. But as you can see, it's got the arm on it as well. And whenever my arm goes up, the feed dogs go down. Whenever it goes down, the feed dogs come up. And as you can see, I don't know if this one can show you or not, but it's got the grooves here that help guide the fabric to go to the same rate of speed. So hang on just a second and I will show you exactly how to attach this to my Brother machine. Okay, here is my Brother. I don't have the power on right now or the extension table hooked up to it. Okay, so I just found out the name of my model. It is the Brother SQ9050. Like I said, it is a sewing and quilting machine. But this, the way you put this one on this one is like a lot of other generic standard machines. And this is, like I said, the standard foot. Again, there's that. So we're going to follow the same principle. Whenever we put this on, we want this arm to match up with this screw right here. Okay? So as we're lining up this where our all feet attached to this bar right here, we're going to try to put this on this screw. So I always just put that arm on the screw first. Trying to make sure my arms are in your way. Sorry, guys. And then I line up the screw, which me and this machine don't really get along when it comes to the screw and this foot, because this foot is a lot bulkier than your normal 1/4 inch or zipper foot or anything like that. So you gotta, I find mine to be a little bit temperamental. Do you see what I'm doing? I hope so. So I just like set my screw in there while I'm holding the foot on. And I try to do it without my arm being in y'all's way. I'm sorry. And now we're just going to tighten the foot. With your screwdriver. And it will work the same way as the other one. So whenever this bar right here goes up with the needle, so is the machine. And it's going to leave those feed dogs down. And that's what we want to be able to sew binding on, or to sew knits together, or any of those things I talked about earlier in the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed learning about how to use a walking foot, when it's good to use one, what you use it for, and how to install it onto your machine. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please leave it in the comments below. I know that I didn't show how to install it on every single machine because I only have the 2, but it should be about the same on pretty much any machine except for a Bernina, because their feet are very made specifically, and I'm not exactly sure how to install anything on a Bernina. I've never sewed with one, so if you have one, I'm sorry that I cannot help you with that. But if you do have any questions whatsoever, please leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Love you as part of my team. Don't forget to follow me on social media. I am at Craft Nurse Quilt on Twitter, Instagram, and Flickr. And I'm still working on that Facebook fan page, but I will get it started very, very soon. I can promise you that. Other than that, if you have any suggestions for any future videos or anything at all, leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my blog. It is craftnursequilt.blogspot.com, and I will have links to all that in the description box below, as well as a link to both sewing machines that I was talking about that I have, as long as I can find it. That way you guys can look at it if you're interested in either one. But anyways, I hope you have a great day. I love you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.